Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
Here.
The
Hopefully,
whole
gang.
squad for 2023.
hopefully the audio works. so,
Mhm.
so
Hopefully.
whoever's in the stream, please let us know if you hear us, and if you don't, well, we're starting this year off the way that we ended. So,
Nice.
but yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Senpai Talk Show for the first full stream, as Pari said, of the full squad in 2023. It only took us 19 days, but you know, we were out doing stuff, and we're finally back, and we're here to discuss the previous season of anime, as opposed to our preview. Stream link will be posted shortly. Link posted at 11 Shut up, Pat. We had to figure it out. Like, there was like a weird thing going on. The new Discord update,
wasn't
like,
working.
yeah, the new Discord update like fucked up all of the sound and everything. So, but yeah, so we're gonna be going over our 2022 fall anime reviews. I guess audio's broken. I can definitely hear Chinn, but we don't want. Oh. That's...
And we don't want to.
I
said
was like,
audio is fine.
yeah, no, my like heart started like racing. I was like, fuck, like, how is it fucked up already? Yeah, once Kumar gets back, I guess we'll just start our intros, and then when Kumar gets back, he'll introduce himself. So, yeah, Chili's repping his slut glasses. And
gang.
that being said, above me we have the Chili Rex, Chili_Rex.
Yo,
Check 'em out.
what is up? Yeah, I got my slut glasses on. For the people, you know, I try to give the people what they want. But nah, happy to be back with the full squad. Finally for a show in 2023. Reviewing some shows from 2022, and hopefully we'll either make your watch list longer or we'll make it a little bit shorter depending on the reviews that we give some of these shows. So
What happened to
With that
what
being
happened to Pete's chat? Where did it
What?
Did it get like auto modded, deleted?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it either.
I see it on our stream, but I don't see. Oh man, hold on. You guys are frozen because I loaded up a frame. But like, I see it on the stream, but I don't see it actually in the chat anymore.
Yeah, I have no idea. And but yeah, and to my, well, I guess my left technically, but to the right on the screen, we have the lovely Manga Mama Pari.
Hey guys, I still think we're frozen.
No,
no,
we're good.
not
We're good
anymore.
now. Yep,
Yeah.
it just went.
it just updated. Hey guys, yep, I'm happy to be back with everyone for 2023. We missed the last one where they were reviewing the current season of like what's out. Yeah, previewing it. So we're kind of going in blind, just like, oh, this sounds cool. But yeah, looking forward to recapping this season, wrapping up last year.
Late shows from the 37 slides.
Mm,
Because that's what we do here.
Hell yeah.
What is there? I
I'll
see.
pass it to you since you just landed.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
All right, now to Chinn.
Yeah, we have Kumar. We have Kumar there. Now, you know, formerly known as Kumar_Sutra, now known as NYXL Kumar.
Gang,
So
gang.
congratulations to
Mr.
Kumar.
NYXL.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We bullshitted our way to another to another I guess avenue for me to pursue. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like, I just thought the Mantis thing, was that already
Yeah, that's
clarified? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I officially start February, so we'll see what they want me to do. I had a meeting with them last week, and they're just like,
They're gonna say, yeah, play some Overwatch. For
yeah,
us.
literally. That's what I give the sticks to Chinn to be like, yo, Chinn, pretend you're me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be Kumar on the mic.
It's funny.
Yeah.
You're actually a co-creator with one of Pally's future teammates, I guess.
What do you mean by
At-
co-creator? Oh, like
so-
a co.
Yeah. So
inductee?
oh, what the fuck is her name? Sorry for whoever you are. I completely forget your name. But she posted on the NYXL account today about like an Overwatch thing.
Oh, does she have
and-
red hair? Like red curly frizzy hair? Or
I didn't see it. There wasn't any like face cam or anything.
oh, okay.
But basically, she's the coach of where I don't know where the fuck Pally's going to college, but she's the coach there, but also one of the support players for their Overwatch team.
I think
she's an NYXL creator.
I think if Pally's watching, or if anyone's watching and interesting, that's Neon Sock, like that.
Yes,
Neon Sock?
yes,
Okay.
that's her name.
Yeah, they're mad funny. They're cool. That's how they got their, I guess their YXL project finalist shtick by just putting out mad Overwatch memes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
not surprised, but awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess without.
Understood.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just landed from Oklahoma. Was like jacked up on caffeine, so I went to the gym and then came home, and now I'm starting to feel a little tired. So yeah, my flight was at 6:40 in the morning.
Exciting place you've been to, right?
Oklahoma was literally. I was talking. Shout out to our friend from high school, Ferrante. He was like, yo, I'm going there for my master's. So like sometimes he's there, but then like, you know, it's half like remote and stuff. He goes, yeah, dude, it's so crazy. Like visibility is wild, but there's nothing. And I'm like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like when I was walking through the streets yesterday, Snapchatting you guys, I had like, there was nothing. Like I walked through like 2.5 hours and saw nothing and walked so far. That was like the most cardio I've done in years. So yeah, so we're gonna move on to our 2022 fall anime in review. I see there's a slot. The second slide of this is just like, was it supposed to be a picture?
Opinion? Are we gonna rate them?
You're
Yeah,
only
we can
rating
rate 'em.
slides.
And
course.
that's because
We always rate them.
We never put any work to these streams.
we
What is the second slide? There's nothing on it. It's just text. I don't want to click it to
I
go
don't
to it.
know.
Just click it. Who cares?
All right. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh.
There you
All right,
go.
well, all right, well, starting. I guess let's just hop right into it. Starting with Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War. I mean,
This
we
is
still
all
have
you.
Disney Plus and Viz. It aired on Hulu. What other anime are on Hulu now? It's Summertime Render, right? And then Tokyo Revengers.
Streaming now, Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah.
Summertime renderings on there.
Yeah.
So I feel
That
like
whole
something
Disney
else
Plus
on
thing
there,
is
too.
so confusing to me. Like international Disney Plus, but then here, you know. But yeah, Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War. You know, Bleach doesn't get like the best reputation because of its fillers and stuff like that. Pete says big sleep, but he's sleeping on literally, I mean, currently at least, you know, it's gonna fall down. But,
OG Bleach was putting me to sleep, so I get it.
but yeah, I think for me, I mean, Bleach was this arc of Bleach was a 10 out of 10 for me. So that's.
Well, you have no Bleach prior experience, so you don't have any of the bad taste in your mouth. So what did
Yeah.
you think of when we watched it?
Yeah,
together?
Pari filled me in like as I was watching. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we
like,
had to pause, and I'd be like, "So this guy is part of the captain," and
Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean Kumar didn't want to go read OG Bleach?
hell no. We don't read books here.
they did a bad job of like making it easy to follow up, and with the spiritual auras, could pick up who was like strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. It was very, very visually engaging. Obviously, Studio Pari. I don't even know how to fucking pronounce
Piero.
Piero.
Yeah.
They killed it. I love the color palette. The use of their color palette.
Ah,
It was
beautiful.
pretty awesome. The music, obviously, it's Bleach, so music's always phenomenal.
Yeah.
But in storyline wise, I'm sure the reveal as the episodes went on is a lot more, I guess, exciting for like the OG Bleach watchers.
Yeah.
But to me, as of right now, it's just like, okay, I'm watching. This is just shonen for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
All right, so for me and Chinn, who actually know Bleach,
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the previous anime. I read Bleach because I found the anime, the original design of it, to be lackluster to how beautiful the art is.
Mm-hmm.
That's truly because this is one of the best shonen mangaka artists out there. So to see this anime actually uphold the art level that is in the manga, I was floored. And then, like you said, the color palette, it was astonishing. And then to see like some of the background stories that I've been wanting to see animated for a long, or the Unohana fight. Oh,
Yeah.
Unohana fight. I was so ready to see that animated. I just kept like looking. I was like, how many chapters? How many episodes?
Yeah.
She was like an Elden Ring final boss.
I love.
She was a Dark Souls character.
Yeah, literally, like the biggest
for that. Oh.
the biggest complaint that I saw from people who like actually enjoy Bleach is that like they took out a couple of panels from like the original like the manga, but like what they replaced with that is extending what we wanted, which was extending the fights, and they said that
I don't know. I heard we missed out on some cheeks from some characters or something.
that we missed out on a joke of like a meme moment of Rukia floating in the water and her cheeks out basically, but like what's it called, Kubo said that the reason why they took out a lot of like the comedy and comedic moments is because he really wanted to focus on like actually being serious. Like he didn't want to go down, I guess, like in comparison, like he didn't want to go down like a Marvel route where, you know, you can throw like all these serious moments, people dying, and then, you know, have like comedy.
There was the one captain who like she cooks and she uses her aura and she her body, and then they all like spit food because they're like, who are you? So they kept some humor, but overall the essence less comical, more serious.
Yeah. And then season 2. So, I mean, season 2 is.
And also, if you need a reason to watch it, Ichigo's dad is so hot.
Yeah. Ishin.
Young Ichigo dad when he first met Ichigo's mom.
Does Ichigo's dad have a name?
I don't remember.
Ishin Kurosaki, as he's known. That's gonna be my one of my cosplays that I'm working on. Cause I was gonna do Kyoraku, but I was just like, too many motherfuckers are gonna be Kyoraku with like the pink kimono. I'm like, I'll just do Ishin. I can cut my hair and spike it or something like that. So, and he's brolic too. So like, I mean.
And then Hitsugai's eventual glow up. I'm waiting.
Literally, yeah. Like this, I don't think
that was my middle school crush. So that's why I'm like,
Hitsugai.
Oh my god,
he's your
now
favorite,
that I'm an adult and he's gonna get the adult glow up. Ugh,
he's your favorite character in Bleach?
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, literally, like I was watching it, I can't, like, as a single season of a continuing anime, I can't say that there was really anything wrong that I could point out. Like, the animation was beautiful, music was beautiful. I guess like all that I would want more, I guess, is like you know, I just want more. That's it. Like I
just wish that this art style was around when Bleach's first arc began, because that's its best arc.
Yeah.
And if it was able to be captured in this way, Bleach would have just a different, probably more like a huger following.
Yeah, because I think the art really didn't get like amazing until like Hueco Mundo in the original, and then at least you got to see like Ukiura versus Ichigo in like nice animation. But yeah, like if I mean, we could say that about a lot of anime, but like
yeah, but the difference is like not all of them
drawn.
have such amazing source material, and this one does.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it to anyone who wants to get into Bleach, and I think you need some background, so maybe you could watch a YouTube video if you don't want to get through like all of the.
Did you watch 1,000 Year Blood War arc or no?
Nah, that's why he.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm trying to catch up on OG Bleach before I do that, but watching OG Bleach was putting me to sleep, so I switched over to reading it, and I just fell off of it a little bit.
For those who haven't watched Bleach, I would compare this season to the way that everybody felt about like 10-15 One Piece, where it's like, oh shit, animation's going down, like shit's getting crazy. That's like this for like an entire season, and obviously they had a crazy budget. They canceled all their other shows, so you know, that's RIP Black Clover. But yeah.
No.
So I guess we'll move on. Go watch Bleach if you haven't, because 1,000 Year Blood War was chef's kiss.
Yeah, for sure.
It's beautiful.
Spy Family season 2.
Banger.
We get the dog. What else needs to be said?
Morph.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
Which is crazy because they teased the dog so much in season 1 that like you thought you were gonna get him at the end, and then you.
I know.
Didn't,
I was
and then...
waiting for him to show up on screen, so I'm happy that at least season 2 they went right into like, here's Bond, and you're gonna meet him now.
Mm.
Do
Yeah,
you guys
I
think
love...
that Spy Family lost a little bit of its charm at all, or is it just because of all the other shows?
No, I think
it's because a combination of the two. I think it's all the other shows, and also the fact that like season 1 was so highly anticipated because so many people were reading the manga and like were so hyped to see everything animated. And then we finally got to see what's up, Bobby? We finally got to see a bunch of shit animated, and like Wit and Cloverworks did a fantastic job with it. Mm-hmm. And then so the beginning was just like so exciting, seeing so many scenes that you wanted to see animated finally put on the screen and animated. Yeah. And then season 2, it was just like a little bit of a tone shift. It wasn't so much like introducing new characters and introducing new things and showing off the world. Then it was kind of getting more into like the daily life that they had and the daily things that they went through. Obviously, the introduction of Bond was fantastic. They did a great job with that. And the tennis match in the second season was freaking amazing.
What's her name?
Rival. The rival agent.
The rival, yeah.
Fiona Frost? Fiona Frost?
Yeah. But yeah, I personally think I was more excited about season 1, but I don't think it's because I thought season 2 wasn't as good. It just felt a little different. Like I had already got the excitement from season 1, just looking forward to it so much.
Yeah.
For me, I'm happy Bond came through, and that came through strong. When I was reading it, there were some like little story plots that I was just like, okay, they're kind of like boring, but I like the characters. But when we get to meet, what's her name? Fiona Frost. But what's her code name?
It's like the opposite of almost the opposite of Twilight. Is it Daybreak? No, Daybreak was
Daybreak or some shit. No, Daybreak was the dude.
Daybreak was the goofy spy. Bad spy. What was her code name?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
I was looking forward to the episode when she was gonna go up against Yor in tennis, and Yor is so powerful that she just shreds the tennis ball. I was waiting for that to get animated, so. That
was so funny. She just like swung, and the ball just fell, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And then it's just like,
did it just?
Oh, Semantic says Nightfall. Wait, maybe I didn't.
Nightfall. That was her name. So I look forward to
I'm still behind on Spy Family. I mean, I know what happens because I read the manga, but like I'm behind on the episodes. I was like, wait, that got animated?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like the ball just disintegrates, and everyone is like,
yeah.
What would you guys... I agree with Chili and Perry. I think everyone was so excited that season 1 came out that this second core kind of seems like the energy was like lower just because it wasn't like the hype.
Don't hit as hard as the.
Yeah, I still enjoy it because like not for nothing. Like it was still very funny. Like the comedy I don't think let up at all. Like Anya being Anya, like the whole family dynamic, and then you add the dog. He adds another dynamic.
Yeah.
And then like the whole dynamic between the new agent Twilight. Excuse me, Nightfall. Is her first name Fiona Frost?
Fiona Frost. Yeah.
And then like
I think it's Fiona. Yeah.
I thought just seeing more of like getting more background on the school children characters was cute. Like I forgot her friend that she went shopping with. I thought that was a really cute episode.
Oh, when they were trying to cook.
No, and even when Anya went shopping for clothes with that.
With Becky. With Becky.
Yeah. With Becky.
So that stuff was still really cute. I just think, like you guys said, that everyone, like with all these new shows out, Spy Family almost took a backseat, but it still did everything that it's supposed to do. It was funny. The animation, I think, didn't dwindle at all, especially with the tennis matches. That was extremely awesome. I was very surprised by the tennis matches and how well it looked. And I enjoyed Spy Family as always because it's a very funny show and it's a cute show. So I liked it.
Yes.
And I would compare season 2 to like how when Russell Westbrook was averaging triple doubles in the NBA, and he won the MVP,
and then you're just like,
and then he did the same exact thing the next season and somehow did not win the MVP.
Yeah.
Like people were like, oh, it's just, he averages triple doubles. That's just what he does. Like it wasn't a big deal. Like it's still really fucking good. But like people weren't excited about it. They just like kind of expected it. That's how I would compare
it's
it.
It's like watching Steph now too. It's like he's making all these crazy shots and you're just like, all right, like whatever. Like
it's Steph.
It's not gonna be like a high like like maybe a year from now we see Ja like still like dunking on people and we're just like, well, you know what? That's like what he does. So
that's what he does.
It's not that special anymore. But yeah, like I loved the episode of the kid whose dad's company he thought was getting like bankrupt, so then he was having all the kids like oh, I'm on my basically I'm on my deathbed, would you just do this one thing for me? And then they like he shows up at the end again. Like that was at least as far as I watched, that was my favorite episode.
You can give me back my pencil case.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my favorite. Again, I think
recommendation, definitely watch Spy Family. Super cute, cozy watch.
Yep. I mean, I would say.
Are we giving ratings, by the way, to these shows? Or
I mean, we've only gone to 2.
You should watch it or no?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recommend or not recommend? Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. All right. Mob Psycho season 3, the finale. This literally the entire season was a banger except for the very end of that one episode where there were aliens. It was like I was watching a whole nother anime because I remember
I thought I was on drugs during that episode.
It was literally one of those where like if you had looked away, like your phone rings or something, you look away and you look back and you're like, wait, the episode ended and like a new anime started. Like what anime am I watching? Because like the animation was different because like everybody's eyes are like all crazy and shit. It just like it came out of nowhere, and
it did.
when you're watching it, you're like, what? Like what is this going to add? Like we have one episode left. Like what is this going to add to the finale? And then or 2 episodes left, and it was strange, but I loved like Mob, the little freeze frame. Like the 90s movies, like
the freeze frame at the end,
yeah, like the Karate Kid freeze frame like moment, like that. That shit.
I feel like there's just so many small details in the entirety of Mob Psycho, especially in this final season, that like go unnoticed until either someone points it out or you go back and watch the episode. Like the whole thing with Dimple when he like goes away and Mob goes to sleep that night and he leaves the window open, hoping that Dimple fucking comes back through the window. Yeah. Bro, when I saw that, I literally started crying. I was like, oh my God. Like, and there's just so many small details and Mob's growth throughout the entire show and Reagan just being Twinkle King Reagan the entire time. Like
icon Reagan.
Yeah, it's just a phenomenal show, and I think they did the ending really, really well. And not only Mob, but just like even the characters around him go through growth, and everybody just comes out better in the end.
Yeah. I like that, well, I guess I don't want to say any spoilers, so I'm not going to say it. But yes,
must watch.
Mob is a must watch. It's very easy to watch. Even if like a couple episodes in like season 1, season 2, if you like have it on the background or something like that, you can still like watch it. Like it is one of those like it's pretty episodic, I would say. Like there is like an overarching theme and stuff like that. Yeah. And you obviously look forward to like, the countdown and stuff, but there's enough going on screen to keep somebody's attention that doesn't have a very long attention span, I would say. Like it's very like all in your, it's like it's very flashy in a good way.
Yes.
So yeah. Banger. All right. Must watch.
On to the next.
Okay. Arguably
the most popular show from the fall.
Yeah, I was gonna say like between this and Bleach, the most hyped. I would say like this.
Absolutely.
Chainsaw Man. Everybody was looking forward to it. People again jumped the gun on like, oh, the animation is like like What
do you
show
mean?
was it?
What
What show was it from this season? That's
phenomenal.
oh, Vinland Saga. People were like, oh,
yeah,
Vinland Saga's
Saga from
animation.
this season.
It's like what?
After the
what was
first
wrong?
episode, people were complaining, and I was like,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah.
Nothing really, like, there wasn't even anything that was crazily, like, needed to be crazily animated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I don't know, like
again, I don't know. Some people gotta be blind.
literally.
No,
How do
Chainsaw Man
how do you
looked-
make walking look so good? Like stuff like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man looked fantastic. Even,
Yeah.
like, so people were saying, like, oh my god, the CGI is so bad. And then somebody, I guess, that, like, worked on it, like, clapped back online and was like, well, actually, if you knew anything about video animation production or whatever, this actually isn't CGI. It's a special type of anime. Like, I like saw
That's
something
it.
about it. I was like, oh shit, they clapped back.
Yeah.
People were like deleting tweets. Like,
Yeah.
But
'Cause-
the
Yeah, I
only
don't know.
thing with Chainsaw Man, the Chainsaw Man fandom,
They're crazy.
They
They're
spoil
crazy.
the fuck out of shit. First of all, like they will
Oh, actually, I
spoil
haven't been
stuff.
spoiled,
I made it. I made it so far without getting spoiled,
Yeah.
and then got spoiled for like a pretty big plot point, and I'm still a little upset about it.
Like
Um,
that was in season 1 or like,
No, that'll come later.
oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Um,
Well,
but-
don't say anything.
But and the other thing, when people were like, "Yo, Chainsaw Man had the greatest first episode ever." of
Oh my
anime,"
gosh,
like, relax,
yo.
relax. Like it was good. Relax. But I really enjoyed the first season.
Same.
The animation, the story, the pacing. I heard the pacing was an issue with Chainsaw Man, and I could definitely see that. Like maybe the middle towards the end of Chainsaw Man, it just kind of seemed like things were like happening without
Mhm.
any sort of setup for them, which
Yeah.
isn't always a bad thing, but it did
Yeah.
kind of come out of nowhere. But I'm excited for more. I think they did a really good job with it.
Same.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, with how I read it, I binged it in like a day. But
I feel like that's what everyone says when they read Chainsaw Man. They just
Yeah.
binge it in one sitting.
it's only like
'Cause you're
like a
trying to
couple of volumes,
understand.
no?
and
How many volumes is it?
it's gotta be like 100 chapters.
So that's like I don't know, it's like 20 volumes.
How many volumes?
I was gonna say that's like less. That has to be less than 20 volumes, cause like, but yeah, I don't know.
But
But
I
continue.
found it to be like when you read it, there's so much going on that you can't really like have an emotional attachment to the characters. But
Yeah.
watching it, I felt more inclined to like actually care about their plight, and especially when things came out of nowhere, or some people just got like decked. I care, and Kobani came across a lot cooler on screen when I read her. I didn't find her character that interesting, so
I love all the
found
theories
that-
about her.
Yeah, the screen adaptation I actually liked a lot more than
Mhm.
the manga version, just because of like how Chili was saying things came out of nowhere. When
Yeah.
that happened in the manga, it was super jarring because you only have a couple of panels to really portray like what's happening. But to see it on screen, it's like, oh, there's a chaotic energy. You understand that, like, especially when they had the overlap of like the bad guys that like killed and like were hunting down the members of the special task force. That like series of events where people were just getting shot, killed, marked, then Makima. All of that was really well portrayed, and it was a little more difficult to interpret when you were reading it.
That's
So
what's gonna
I
happen with
actually
JJK. You heard it
Yeah.
here first. That's what's gonna happen with JJK after. Well, as to what's going on in the manga.
right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to get animated because I'm like, God, that's gonna make so much more sense.
Yeah. JJK is. I think JJK might be the hardest manga to understand right now.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh yeah, but did you know that X equals Y, but if you subtract Z from it, you go back to A, and then you get purple, and you're like, what the fuck did I just read?
But a lot of that credit goes to the directors and the animators because they're able to translate what is being told to them and actually show it.
Yeah.
And then actually portray, like, here's what they mean when they say this is like the rules or the case
Yeah.
or the story plot. So a lot of props to the animators for being able to spell out the story in a way that isn't boring, is conceivable, that sometimes mangas can't fully do for whatever reason.
Yeah. Or you can try and be like Hunter x Hunter and just like put paragraphs in like a panel.
Yeah,
That shit is so hard to read. Hunter x Hunter is literally a book with like pictures mashed in between the lines. And like
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't apply to like the words that are on screen and you're just like, all right, like
I had to watch like YouTube essay dissections of what's happening in the current arc, and I tried to pick it up and read it, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I'd have to continually reread it to keep understanding what's happening.
Yeah. All right. So what was your guys' favorite part of Chainsaw Man? Because since it was so hyped, I think we just need to talk about like the best parts of it for us, at least.
I think anything involving Katana Man was sick. Like his introduction, the whole like what happened during their first encounter with him, like because that was a pretty big turning point for the mood of the show, I think. Because you know, at the beginning of the show, Denji, I got devil powers, fun. I'm a horny little kid, blah blah blah, and then
I'm gonna touch boobs.
And then it just gets real dark real fast because you know you see real consequences to their job. And then obviously the climax at the very end, the last episode, with the fight. I thought that was awesome. So anything involving Katana Man was dope. Was my favorite parts.
I think I had. Well, nah. I'm gonna go ahead and say the kiss with Himeno.
I was gonna say, well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say Himeno's English voice actress.
My favorite part was basically anything involving Power, just acting like a jackass.
Power, yeah.
Like Power is so funny. But honestly, the change up of the endings each episode, I thought that was like a super unique, super cool concept that they literally had 13 different groups create endings.
Which is more work on them, so more power to them to actually decide to do that.
Need Denji to die, that I'll give Chainsaw Man a 10.
I liked a lot of the build-up of the relationship of Himeno and Aki, because I didn't feel that attachment to that character and them until like at last moment with the cigarette, and then trying to understand like, well, why could he get around this, and it's because he knew the secret of that demon, and then the easy revenge
cigarette.
Yeah.
That was
Very
I really
cool.
liked that.
That was my favorite part too. But yeah, like that scene, and then also one of my favorite moments of Chainsaw Man airing was when Pete and I were on Twitter tag teaming this fight against this Chainsaw Man fan that was trying to delve super deep into Denji's longing to fuck, basically. Yeah. He was like, he's like, you guys are just like surface level like sewer rats. You guys don't know anything about like the analysis of this. And we're just like, all right, then give us the analysis. He's like, well, if you actually look on page something, we're like, all right, bro, I'm done talking to you. Whatever.
Man, it's really a show that needs deep analysis. So it's funny that like people.
That's the irony, because all Chainsaw Man fans that like were waiting for this anime to come out, we're all like, oh, this has this many. This is like an onion. There's so many layers to this fucking anime.
It's that meme. He's just like me for real.
He's just like, yeah, like
He's
I
just
take
like
it easy.
He's just like me.
We've seen this shonen these shonen level of writing before.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they were able to make it look more cinematic was the real appeal to Chainsaw Man, for me at least.
Yeah.
But it's nothing we haven't seen before. Oh, orphan kid gets devil powers. Where have we seen that fucking before? Hello.
Yeah.
We just with JJK. And now we saw it with Like, come on now, like, take it easy.
All right, well, moving
One
on.
kid just happens to be more of a horny motherfucker than the rest of them.
Yeah.
But
So must
very
watch?
good first season. Very
Must
good
watch?
first season.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a must.
I would say check it out for sure.
All right, My Hero season 6. So the 6th season of My Hero it's progressing a lot faster than I thought it was going to, because I think
Same.
I think there had to be like some type of like hiatus during when the chapters were being released, because like I felt like what we just saw in like 7 episodes or something like that. Like I felt like that took
forever
months.
For the
Yeah.
releases.
Yeah, I felt like it took months, and now they're on
that.
Lady Nagant. Like Lady Nagant is in the anime, and we're just like, wait a minute, like we're here already? Like it's moving very fast.
The miracle fight, like with her busting in and breaking up the glass and everything. I was like, when she got busted up and that chapter ended, I was like, oh, Miracle, she lost an arm. And then I was waiting again for like what's gonna happen. And so here, yeah, the episodes play by really fast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not for nothing. I think it's to their benefit because the previous season was so dragged on forever. Or it felt like that. But I'm enjoying the way like the war arc is actually showing like real consequences.
Good shit.
Loss. Yeah, so I don't mind how fast. I do think when I guess it was like maybe 2 episodes ago.
But so much happened so quickly. You got the Davi thing. You got Shigaraki waking up.
Yeah, Shigaraki escaping was like happened pretty fast to me.
Then the jailbreak happened in this season.
Yeah, I thought it was going to end there. I thought like season 6 was going to end at like Tartarus. Like
no,
Tartarus,
the season 6
like,
they were like, let's just deal like all the damage. Like we
Yeah.
dealt a lot. We dealt it till it hurt. We set up the villain, made him like understandably very dangerous. Let's go a little further and bring the world into chaos. So season 7 is gonna start with anarchy, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who have watched My Hero and are like chilly and don't really want to watch season 5 because it was like really slow. I would say if you can somehow breeze through it, if you can read what season 5 was, it moves by very much faster. And then the opposite for season 6, where like reading it felt like slower, but they're animating it very fast. So I think, yeah.
This
Pete,
was
you
what
missed
Chinn told me to stay on for when he's like, read it, like trust me. And then I got to this arc and I was like, this is incredible shonen writing. It has a lot of reminiscent to like Star Wars writing, so that build up of the characters. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. So
Isn't Horikoshi a massive Star Wars fan?
Exactly, and there's
so, yeah.
definitely some theories you can pick out with these clues that I'm like, oh, I wonder.
So yes, if you haven't watched already, watch My Hero 6th season. It's still ongoing. And yeah, moving on. I have not kept up to date with To Your Eternity season 2. I've watched a couple of episodes, but like this is one like AK and I we kind of put on the back burner because we had other shit we had to watch.
Well, we stayed on top of it.
Yeah.
Can we get a Wumar and a Wary in the chat?
I'm actually really surprised at, like, at least to me, how they're writing our protagonist. I'm blanking on his fucking name.
Fushi.
Yeah, Fushi. I'm surprised, like, especially.
Fushi. I was like, is that?
I heard Fushi too. Like, I wasn't expecting them to take like the way, like, especially to the most recent episode. He's almost kind of cold towards people, like just wanting, like, him to be this, to act and to just be able to use his ability for the specificity of just fighting these knockers. Where you're just like, no, you guys, fuck you guys. Like, I'm the one that's dealing with the real loss here because I can't use them if the knockers steal them. So. Really, I'm actually very surprised, and I like the plan of how the show's been going.
Prince Ichiralis, the purple-haired dude.
Yes.
I was like, I'm gonna hate this character. He comes on, he's actually really noble, and he's got very interesting abilities, and then he kind of directs a lot of what's going on with Fushi. But also a huge theme that's going on in this season is the church. So there's the church's way of controlling people, and Fushi directly opposes that. And so there's a lot of like the church, like trying to. I can't give spoilers. But you see a lot of negativity surrounding like Fushi's goals and how ultimately different groups of factions are trying to control him in order to control people, and then trying to create like distrust for Fushi and that group, and then the whole line of like that what's her face and all her kin.
Hi.
Yeah.
ISA.
Yeah, that whole thing is fascinating how that got written in. But the time moves a lot quicker, and he's much more knowledgeable, and his abilities are growing. They're setting up for, because there's a lot more reveals that continue to happen with the base plot and enemies, but they're really setting up for something that I'm excited to see.
Yeah. Same, very much so. I can basically reiterate everything Pari and Kumar just said, because it's like Kumar said, we're getting to a point now where Fushi has to do all of these things, and people understand his abilities. So now they kind of have this idea of, well, even if I die, I'm not really dying because Fushi's here. So like I live eternally through Fushi. But he's like Kumar said, he's like, fuck that. Like, you guys don't understand the pain this puts me through.
Yeah.
When one, I have to see you die, and then two, when these knockers come in, if they get me, then they take away your soul from me, and I have to get it back. Like, because he forgets people.
Yeah.
And because he goes through, what is it, from the end of season 1 to the beginning of season 2,
almost
40
400 years or something.
400.
Like it's like 200 plus years or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. And throughout all this time, he like writes down like their names and like does exercise so he can like remember people even if the knockers take him. So he can try to remember people. So I think it's really fascinating that we go from season 1 of him just learning emotion and trying to grasp what those emotions are, like what is happiness, what is sadness, what is joy, and now we see him experiencing. And I like that they do it with like the little black marks on the screen or the little bubbles on the screen. You can see when he knows someone is happy or someone is having feelings of joy, or when someone's going through pain, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain. And those are things that like he didn't really grasp before, but now he can pick up on it. So it's like that empathy that he was almost lacking at some point. He has a much better understanding of it now. And it's just, I love this show so much. Like
the cast of characters. They're always fascinating.
I thought I was gonna miss the well, obviously I do miss the characters from the past season, but like the characters from this season are fantastic. It's just
like,
great.
I thought I would get worn out of constantly being introduced to new characters during different timelines, but I'm always fascinated with each culture and how each character has grown up through that specific culture that Fushi will learn and adopt from. I'm actually amazed.
Yeah. Must watch. I think everybody needs to watch too.
Don't sleep on Journey, man.
Does the opening spoil anything for this season? Like how the opening for the last?
But like it didn't stick.
Because I stopped watching.
Yeah, it doesn't spoil much like the first season did. The first season like really spoiled.
First season
shit.
was
This one just kind of shows characters. Like that's all it does.
Okay. All right, Blue Lock.
Blue Lock.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Kumar carrying Blue Lock TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Literally Blue Lock was like during perfect timing because like as Blue Lock was going on, the World Cup was going on, Japan was going off, and then it turned out it was actually like a pretty good anime. And then again, everybody has their own powers. It got a little bit more unrealistic when Chigiri, is that his name?
Yeah, the
pink hair.
Yeah.
Where
stuff like that. Like that's what I'm watching this for.
Yeah.
I don't want everyone to have average abilities.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
And then it was cool to see like the I'm gonna break through like my chains on that are like holding my leg down. And I really like where the second half of the season is going, where they're not a team anymore and they're
struggling.
Struggling. They're
You're
struggling.
gonna put this character that I'm. But every character you meet is so interesting, and how they constantly change up the dynamic of a team. Because I think that's something that with every other sports anime, the team dynamic is so consistent. Because they're like, this is my team. They're gonna forever be my team. These are the people I train with and get good with. Here, it's like if you could watch Haikyuu, but Hinata could switch teams and play with different people, and like you got to see the different chemistries that happen. Those chemical reactions are so fascinating because there's no deadlock. It's all about the individual.
Yeah, and I like that. I do like that we get to see the selfishness of characters in this because a lot of sports anime make it seem like
it's teamwork.
Oh, everything is about teamwork, and like I used to be selfish, but I love my team, and now we work together now. And it's like the reality of it is, if you're gonna be a high performing athlete at whatever sport, if you're gonna be elite,
be better.
There is you have to be selfish. Like there is some level of selfishness that you just have to have, or you're never gonna be that elite athlete that you want to be. So I do like that aspect of it. Obviously, I love the soccer. I think all the foot skills and all the things they show in the games are super cool to see, animated really well. I am excited to see where it goes because I feel like we're kind of in this like little bit of a lull period at the moment, like introduction to the second half of the season. But I am excited to see like the new abilities that people unlock and discover within themselves.
And the new characters that are coming out, which...
Yeah, they also just took Ichigo and Bakugo and characters from every other anime and just put them into...
They gelled up, they literally gelled up Aizawa's hair and said, yeah, you're Baro. Like...
Yeah, literally.
Baro, Nagi, and Bachara are the only ones I can remember.
Yeah, no, I've been loving it. I mean, it's definitely got the shonen formula of like just trying to level up, obviously, in sports. I don't mind the fantasticalness of a lot of the how they try to ground this realistic sport, but like still giving them the effects of like, you know, Chigiri being like fucking
when Chigiri broke those chains and he had that dash.
Yeah. Like stuff like that is why
it's so cool.
That's why I'm watching anime for. But yeah, I'm excited for like the whole second stage selection of the whole rivalry battle of stealing another team member from the opposing. I think that's really cool. So it just, you know, you're just trying to wonder who Isagi's gonna end up with because, like Pari said, he's not locked to the initial team he started with. So I think I'm excited for it. Like, you know, I love watching every season.
Lame, but that's part of the underdog look.
Yeah, I mean, everyone literally is a main character in this show. Everyone is a main character in their own story in Blue Lock. So that's the appeal to it too. That's why I like watching it as well.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The banger. This is a banger. The Eminence in Shadow. If you're not already watching it, watch The Eminence in Shadow. Kumar's not watching it.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It has amazing animation. It's a fucking ad for a mobile game, but it's so good. Like it's this. I mean, there was a lot of sleepers last season, but this has to be like, if there's one show that I like consistently look forward to, aside from like when Bleach was still on, it was this show. It was like Bleach and then Eminence in Shadow were like the two shows that I was like, I need.
Blue Lock was mine.
I mean, Blue Lock is mine now. Like this season, I'm like, oh shit, I need to know what happens next, especially with that guy. Like, my power is like getting past people. It's like, oh shit, okay. But yeah, it's a sleeper because obviously it's on High Dive too, so not a lot of people are going to be watching it. But yeah, Eminence in Shadow, watch it. I don't want to spoil anything because every episode is just, there's so many funny moments. It's like, imagine how like Konosuba is like 90% comedy, or like 80% comedy, 20% like action. Eminence in Shadow takes that and like just balances it a little bit more out, because like Eminence Shadow has like really, really funny moments and then also has crazy action scenes. Awesome. And it has all of the waifus. Like we said this in the preview. We're like, we'll watch it because, you know, there's like a lot of waifus. Like, you know, we'll see what happens. And like, when they were in the other world, and then all right, moving on. Eminence in Shadow must watch.
It's a banger.
Yeah,
it's a banger. I reiterate everything. I back everything Chinn just said.
When I was catching up, I had like 2-3 episodes. I was sending Chili Snapchats. I was like, "Hey, yo, this is crazy!" But at the same time, all right, moving on. Reincarnated as a Sword, also a sleeper.
This show was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
I thought it was just gonna be your typical like isekai, random, reincarnated as a random item, whatever. Yeah. And then it turned out to be a lot darker than I thought it would be, straight up from episode 1. And then throughout the season, obviously. And then even had some touching moments. It was funny. The dynamic between the two main characters was really fun to watch. And yeah, I think they're coming out with a second season.
Yeah, they have to. So, it just ended on such a good note. Like it had like the mom episode, and you're like, damn. That's
Mhm.
The mom episode. That's
Yeah.
funny.
No, definitely watch Reincarnated as a Sword. It's definitely one that you don't expect to be good because it does sound so just out of the blue, wild. Like, what could this anime even be about? And again, it was a sleeper, and it was also on High Dive, which we will see that as a trend.
Yeah.
I did not watch this, but I know you did.
I don't show it, yeah.
This show is fantastic. Urusei Yatsura. This one's actually not on Crunchyroll. This one is also on High Dive. Wait, is it? I might be lying.
Granted, this is what we thought.
I don't know. I don't remember.
There.
I just heard High Dive so many.
It ain't there.
I've heard High Dive so many times in the past like 5 minutes. I think it's just in my head now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Urusei Yatsura. It's a remake of a show from the 80s, and they did a fantastic job with it. The animation is super clean. The main characters, Ataru, who is just a horn dog, and Lum, who is the alien there, hilarious. Like this show,
She's
every
an
single
alien?
episode, yep, every single episode is like crying, laughing, hilarious. Like you have to check it out. And there's just like one, I think it's episode 10, somewhere around there. There's like one sad moment that's like, oh wow, I'm a little choked up in here. Like what's going on? Like, but no, it's hilarious. Like if you're looking for a show to just have on in the background, or like you just want to just laugh, watch this one.
And you said the animation is really good, but it also retains that old aesthetic.
It keeps
right?
that old quirkiness. Like, yeah.
All right. I dropped the show.
Also dropped.
I got what we both got around like 5-6 episodes in, and then they did like they had like I don't even remember. They had like some weird competition where it was like get the flag, but don't get the flag, but then like do this and this, and they had like armor on, and they were bullying the one kid, and I don't know. Like it looked so cool, like the concept, like okay, like ninjas in the modern world, but then it was just like everything was just lost on me. I couldn't pay attention to this. That's basically it. It was just hard to pay attention to, and this is an anime that I would assume you needed to pay. I mean, most anime are, but like you needed to have.
You needed to pay attention to.
Yeah,
like,
needed.
It was no. 5 episodes, drop.
Yeah.
Not worth your time.
Yep.
Go watch Naruto or something, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want ninjas.
All right, Kumar. I'm not gonna say anything.
I have very unfortunate news. So
yeah, I
this
heard about
this show got 6 episodes in, or I forgot how many. 4 or 6 episodes in, and then one of their key animators passed away, so they went on a hiatus. I think it's supposed to come back in April, supposedly. I'm not sure. Like that's just a month keyword that I saw on the internet. I don't know if it's official, but it was. You guys know what I'm saying. This show is fucking.
You got more background too of the main girl. So.
This is
the only
Kumar's
caveat-
greatest anime of all time.
Where is there a girl in this? Oh, the purple headband.
Yeah, a Sherpa, the one of the main characters, the lead. I will say though, where it stopped was a good point, because it almost felt like the second half of the show was like the reinvigoration of the characters' motivation to continue on with their journey.
Because they had it was like gaggy, but they were accomplishing goals, and like I said, backstory that you were finally getting that fleshed out like a lot of like the history of why they're at where they're at. Yeah. But now the action was about to kick in.
Yeah, like the oh shit, we're in the shit sort of feeling of the anime was kicking in, and then like I said, the anime stopped because of the death.
RIP.
So I'm not sure who it was exactly, but they had to have been pretty big core member of the studio for them to just be like, okay, we have to stop to give us some time or something. So
yeah.
But like I said, if this is the perfect time for anyone who has not seen a lick of Golden Kamuy to binge and catch up, because I can't stress enough how amazing the show is.
if I
Yo, what's up, Burnsy?
yo Burnsy, if I wasn't watching 38 anime, like it started adding up. Chili and I, we had our number at the begin, like after last week or 2 weeks ago, and then the number went up because I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch like the first episode, and I was like, oh damn, this is a good episode, and then watched the second one. Surprisingly, the only anime that I'm not really like hooked on yet is Nier. I'm just not sure of like the storyline. I don't know.
Damn, you weren't sold by just the sole image of the waifu?
I mean,
he's gonna keep watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm just like, I don't know. It's again like, I feel like it is what it is. I'm watching cutscenes of video games mashed together with like stuff to fill in.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, go to Cowboy. We loved it. If you are curious, watch it. But it's not, like I said, until we get actual official word, it is on hiatus currently.
All right, moving on. This one. This one.
I didn't watch it yet. I watched season 1, but I didn't watch this one.
I watched this one. There was like towards the end, they actually started like developing more of like a relationship, and then he came over. Turns out her dad is like kind of like similar to him. He's like a meathead, and they like him and her dad knew each other from like the baths, I think. So there was like a funny moment where like he came over to like her house, and then the dad was just like grilling him. It was just like, you're the one that my daughter is like always talking about. Like, we take baths like in the public baths together, and we talk about like shit that goes on. So that was like a funny moment.
He was like, wait, you're the one that's this?
Yeah. Yeah, but like literally, like I would say the last like 3 episodes were good. I'm just kind of glad that it's over. Like it was one of those that, like,
you got through it.
yeah, because like again, it was just like I already started it. Like let me just finish it, and then the last 3 episodes, I was like, like there's a little bit of charm to it, but like you don't need to watch it.
You're not missing much if you don't watch that show.
Yep, did not watch this.
Didn't watch this either. I don't think any of us watched this.
No.
I did not.
Did you watch this?
I did watch this one. This one started out. It's just another like otome game, reincarnated type of thing. But it started out as like a background show for me, just like doing work, throw it on the background. And then I actually found myself really enjoying the main character and some of the side characters, and like low-key getting invested in the story, even though it's not like a deep story or anything. But I found myself like looking forward to watching this one. So if you liked what is it, My Next Life as a Villainess or whatever, definitely check it out. It has similar vibes to it, and I think it's a fun watch. Nothing that you really have to pay that much attention to, but I think you'll enjoy it and get some good laughs out of it.
Cool. All right, next one. This one, it was
one I thought would be
Marco.
terrible.
Yeah. It wasn't actually that bad, except for like in the end,
insane fan service.
yeah, the insane like fan service, and then in the end it's just like everything that we built up, like you can kind of have a harem, like a mini one. Like they'll just like compete for like your attention, and it's like it's cool. I was confused as to like how he was going to separate from the brown hair chick, because I was for sure sold that was like, nah, they're gonna end up together. Like she's developing feelings for him, and like he doesn't know it yet, but like he's gonna have feelings for her. But yeah,
I really enjoyed this one. It was like very much the domestic girlfriend show of the season. Like it started out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a dumpster fire. I'm gonna watch it, but it's gonna be a dumpster fire. And then another one that turned out to actually get pretty good as it kept going on. But the ending was a little bit lackluster, because it was like, is this the conclusion? Like, are we gonna get a second season? Is there gonna be more? Like, I feel like they just left it in a place. Season, right? I feel like they just left it in a place that was just like, so this is what it is, and and it was like, like I feel like there should be more. I don't think we'll ever get that, but yeah.
Also, I mean, in the end, unrealistic. The racing uphill. The girl in the pink hair is wearing heels, and the girl in the brown with the brown is wearing fucking sneakers, and they're running at the same pace. So, you know. But yeah, so
No.
Totally.
We should just build different, Chinn.
they're
no
run
twisted
like they
ankles.
ran upstairs, like uphill, and then upstairs to a shrine, and arrived at the same time. Unless the
When you're running uphill, you're not hitting the heels, you're using the toes, so.
shit, I mean, you would know more about running in heels than me, so
I have a
maybe
friend
maybe it's not
legit
realistic.
dash in heels, and I have to keep up with her, and I'm in sneakers, and it's impressive.
Yeah, but we have short legs.
True. She also runs marathons, but like
Okay, fair.
she runs I'll always run away.
Yeah. But yeah, this show, I would say give it a chance. Watch it. I enjoyed it. All right, next.
Oh,
Banger.
masterpiece.
Banger.
Masterpiece.
10 out of 10.
Masterpiece.
10 out of 10. Bochi was so good. Off rip, first episode, you have so many cameos and references to real life like J-rock bands and stuff like that. So many different references to different anime, and the music was great, and the situations of just being a socially awkward person and not being able to handle it, and like basically not really ever being able to like handle it. It was, I don't know.
It's a 10
know
out
what
of
else to
10.
say.
It's a masterpiece.
I don't know what else to say.
I went into it expecting a K-On duplicate. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of girls in a band playing music. It'll be like K-On, just like a fun, fluffy show sort of thing. And it turned out to be way deeper than that and way more than that.
Watch it.
Bochi
the Rock.
Yeah, seriously,
Have to
watch it.
I thought it was a murder mystery.
No, that
You thought this was a murder mystery?
What
It was
what
not
show
that
is a murder mystery here?
Like,
I don't
No,
even
that
think
was-
there's a murder mystery show on here.
No,
Maybe-
he's
maybe
talking about
someone
that one
poaches-
show where the 4 girls have like a secret, like a
Oh,
crazy
that wasn't
secret.
even a murder mystery. That's literally.
Oh no, the little lies we all tell.
Yeah.
That shit, I'll get to that. We will get to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this show, like Chinn said, it gets into just like social anxiety and dealing with actually talking with people and friends and pressure, and it's so good. The characters are amazing. Like
Yeah.
every single side character is special in their own way, and they add so much to the show.
Yeah, and you think
Highly recommend.
that like doesn't spoil it at all. You think that like she'll eventually get over like this like social anxiety, but then like at the end she hasn't really made all that much like progress, but like enough to where you're like, yes, like Bochi the goat. Like I guess the only thing that I can point out that would be somewhat unrealistic is if somebody who was like not really well off, she would definitely not have a Gibson Les Paul. So I mean, but that's it. Those guitars are fucking expensive, but yeah. All right, moving on. Bochi 10 out of 10, must watch. Beast
Can't
Tamer.
watch it.
I watched it. It was alright. It was alright.
This is the more
You watched all
wholesome
of
one
it?
of the bunch in terms of this this genre of anime in the season.
It wasn't even like nah, because like we have this like coming up. So it wasn't even like the horny boy anime. Like this was literally like I'm very much starting to like the trope of getting kicked out of the hero's party and then being more successful than the heroes, like the hero.
Right.
So like because then you see like, you know, for him he's literally like he tames animals and tames like monsters, and like he was taken for granted basically, and then they were just like, we don't need you, and then once he's booted they're like, fuck, we actually needed him. They set it up for a second season too, because now the hero is kind of like he's jealous at the success of the Beast Tamer, and is kind of like, hey, I might become a villain because I don't like the Beast Tamer. So I like that genre. I wouldn't say that this is a must watch. There are many other anime that have come out with that type of trope that you could watch that or better, unless you like the Dragon Wife. but that's really it. I would say it was all right. Yeah.
All right.
Peter Grill, must watch. That's all you really need to know.
The introduction of like 7 new characters.
Yeah, 7 new characters, and they all just want to like they all just want to extract his junk spunk, his baby batter, his man chowder.
All the euphemisms and things they have are just, oh god. Well, yeah, there's really not much we can say about this show, to be honest.
It's the second season, Perry. Basically, he's the strongest male alive in this world, and for one reason or another, each one of these females need to have his child for some reason or another, or they're just horny and they just want.
Well, why doesn't he just go for it then?
Because he's engaged.
He has a true love, but he's always just fucking the menu.
So he ends up in situations where it's like, oh, we're locked. Like one of the chicks is like a scientist, and they get locked in a room, and it's like the only way the door opens up is when that happens. Yeah. So he's like, oh shit. Well.
Yeah. It's horny boy humor. It's me and AK like this, so I mean.
it is funny if you enjoy funny. That type of humor.
All right. So go watch it. Pop Team Epic again. I think we talked about this. We talked about this. Like we missed the original first broadcast that was on TikTok Live.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't watch it.
I watched like half of season 1 before this aired. Show is so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's literally like it's not even like a Toonami show. It's like an Adult Swim show. So like take that for what you want. You don't need to watch it, but if you like Adult Swim shows, watch it. Banger.
I wasn't a fan of the main character for a while. But then I also didn't expect it to be as dark as some of the moments they showcased. Especially that end was.
That's why, like, I'm now I'm just like, give me season 2.
I was like, damn, she cold and I love it. But before that, I was like, she's so timid and it's not in a cute way. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, but my goodness, I mean, I love Gundam. I love most Gundam series, and I just like the way that like Ariel evolved between like the last like couple of episodes where she got like the jetpacks and like looked more Gundam-esque.
Like, what was that one scene? Well, when Ariel woke up in like the last episode and like came and started the fight, I almost teared. I don't know why. There was just something there, some emotion.
I mean, the musical also helped.
The musical,
yeah.
Like that.
But yeah, Gundam
and it was just different from like a typical Gundam. It wasn't just like our government is against this government, and we're right and they're wrong.
Politics.
Yeah, it wasn't just like war. We have Gundams fight.
And it was an interesting thing that they did, like having students and it being like an academy.
Yeah,
and businesses.
Yeah, businesses, and they accepted like same-sex marriages, or like they didn't care about your sexuality, like all those things that you typically don't find in a Gundam show. And then on top of like that ending, season 2 is gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
bro, that's what I told you. Remember, like when we watched like when we were doing our preview, I was like, yo, the prologue just like, it's not even the season yet, like the prologue just had me fucking hooked. Like, okay, like this is like the gun, like if you took like storyline and like took like Gundam being Gundam, like the charm of Gundam being Gundam out of it, it's like this and Iron-Blooded Orphans and then 00 Gundam, I would say, are like the top 3 that actually have like a very well developed storyline, different than just, hey, we're at war. And it gets into like
IDO is definitely still my number 1 for sure.
They're having a special coming out soon, I think this year. So oh man, Iron-Blooded Orphan. If you haven't watched that, watch that one too.
The ending literally raised it several levels. But before that, I was kind of like when he's like, oh, we have this one to watch, I was like, oh, okay, throw it on. But yeah, that ending changed a lot for me.
Yo, just the face
Ketchup.
like that. Yeah.
You want ketchup?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, you want ketchup?
Yeah. So definitely must watch. For me, I think it was either a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. I don't know. I might have been giving out 10 out of 10s too easily this season, but do it yourself. Well, yeah. I mean,
And you watched Pari,
Yeah.
Kumar? Did you guys watch?
Mm-mm.
it was cute. It was so cute. Like,
Mhm.
especially in the final episodes where like a project took over like a span of multiple episodes. It wasn't just like, hey, we have one project, we're done with it in this. It was like, we have one project, we'll give you the last 3 episodes for it. And I was like, oh,
Mm.
nice.
This was the comfy, cozy, easy watch slice of life of the season.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally about a do-it-yourself club at a
Yeah.
school, and watching them form the club, get new members, you know, like typical club things. Yeah, what Demantic said. But yeah, another one where it's like you have that super ganky main character, like high energy,
Yeah.
and their best friend is like the shy one that is quiet, and yeah, fantastic watch. It did get a little bit slow in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it did have a little bit of a lull, but I think I still gave it an 8.
Is it a girls'
I
love
really
show?
enjoyed it.
That's
Not technically,
yeah.
but there's some hinting at things, I guess.
Yeah, there's like this is not really a spoiler, but like they were close friends at the beginning of the show in their past, you know, I guess in their lives leading up to the first episode, and then where the show takes off, they're kind of taking, you know, they've kind of gone their like separate ways to different schools, right? And then, you know, kind of shows like how a friendship started to like get not as close, and then, you know, towards the end you see the friendship kind of reignite. But yeah, like it was a good show. I liked it. Would I pick it over a Laid Back Camp? Nope, but
Never.
it's fun. But it was a fun watch, especially for the season.
Mm.
Yeah, we're saying none of us watched.
Yeah, none of us watched the Laid Back
I
Camp.
watched it until the very last minute, so I don't know how the movie ends because I was talking to you guys. All right, moving on. I didn't watch this one, but I know that you have good reviews of this.
Raven of the Inner Palace. This one, I believe this one was a josei, based off of like historical Chinese empire type feel, lore, whatever.
Yeah.
But this one was really, really good. It starts off like a tiny bit slow, but once the story like really gets going, and you kind of find the background as to why certain things are happening or why certain people are involved, then it gets really, really good. And I think they did a really good job of introducing new aspects of the story as the show went on. I think this is a show that was heavily slept on this season. Like, I didn't really see anybody talking about it, but it was fantastic. And it's beautiful. And the ending song is an amazing ending song. So I would highly recommend at least give it a chance.
Cool. Play it cool,
love
guys.
This one.
This one's like, it's still ongoing, right? It's gonna have like 24 episodes. It again, like similar to DIY, but even less because the episodes are so short.
Like 10 minutes long, right?
It's like a cute, funny anime that if you're clumsy, you can kind of like relate to these guys, and you kind of just like watch them go about being klutzes.
That's pretty much all it is. And they bond over being klutzes, more or less. The dude with the red hair is hilarious because he will just like, whenever something happens, like if he does something stupid, he'll just like laugh, even if nobody else notices it, he'll realize it himself and just start like cracking up. Like, it's so funny.
But yeah, I would recommend this. I wouldn't like force this on you, but it's a funny watch if you need.
Episodes are 11 minutes long or 12 minutes long, something
not
like
even.
that.
They're like 8 minutes if you skip the opening and the outro.
Yeah.
So is Peter Grill. So I mean, you can watch Peter Grill too, but I didn't watch this one, but I heard
this one.
I heard good things.
Bibliophile princess. This was a shoujo, and basically you have the princess who is a book nerd, hence the name, the Bibliophile princess, and she is betrothed to the prince.
Yeah.
And he's like the super popular prince. All the girls want him, all this stuff. And she is the super quiet, like kind of stays in the corner of the room personality.
Yeah.
But and they've known each other since they were kids. But like he loves her, she loves him. And you basically see like throughout the show, she's like, no, he's too good for me. Like, I don't really belong in this position. And he's like, no, I want you. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna figure this out. And that's kind of how the show just goes. And you see their relationship like progress, other characters around them helping them, other characters that also want to take down their relationship. But like Pete said, it's a cute show, a little slow in moments because it's just a lot of dialogue. It's very dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
And the music just gives it like a very like fantastical feel and a little bit slowy, like breezy almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend it if you're into that type of like fantasy historical type of setting. What did Pari just do?
I was so confused as to what Pari was doing, and then I was like, I know what she's doing. All right, moving on. So this show is what I watched. This one. This is the horny.
I'm sure you did, Chinn.
This is the show. This is the show that what we thought Harem in the Labyrinth was going to be. This is like what, like, you know how like Harem in the Labyrinth we were like, all right, it's a horny boy show, but then like it actually had like a pretty cool storyline and wasn't all that like hentai. This was literally just like,
nah, they were. I remember. I think I watched the first 5 minutes of the episode. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, it was. It was that. It was literally like this dude. He wants to retire from the guild, so he's like, I'm looking for a replacement, and like if I can put together like a party that can like take up my spot, like I can you know, kind of move away. And then it turns out like all of them are dysfunctional, and then they just get into horny situations. And would I recommend it? No. There are other better horny shows like Peter Grill. So
it doesn't help that they're also like, I think
they're like
they're bad. They're bad. You know?
Like lolly beast, and then the one in the back, the blonde one, is a dude. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right.
This is the show Pari was talking about.
This show is not a murder mystery at all.
Oh.
So you want to know what their secrets are, and this isn't a spoiler because it gets
Yeah.
revealed in the very first episode. Their secrets are, so the little one with like the bow tie in her hair, she is actually like an alien general or captain or some shit.
So stupid.
The one with the glasses is a psychic, but her psychic abilities only work on females. The one next to her is a ninja. Yeah, like an assassin ninja, basically. And then the one next to her is a dude. So, and he's a twin, and he ends up getting roped into going to this all-girl school for his sister for some reason. But it is hilarious. Like, just like that stupid comedy, the shit that happens in the show. Because the psychic chick, she can like read all the minds of the rest of them, so she knows that like the alien chick is an alien. She knows that the girl that's a ninja is a ninja, but she can't read the mind of the dude because her ability only works on females. But she doesn't know that, so she doesn't even fully grasp her psychic abilities. So she's always like, "Why can't I read their mind? Like it doesn't make sense." But she just kind of like, whatever. So a lot of it ends up being her trying to like iron out situations and deal with things because she can read everybody else's minds. So she's like, oh shit, this is what this person's thinking. I gotta do something to like fix that so things don't go wrong. It's hilarious, very funny. I think it's worth checking out if you just want like a stupid laugh.
All right.
Definitely want to check it out, for sure.
I don't know. No, skip.
Yeah,
what is even the title of this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I dropped this one.
I was gonna say this is the one that we're like, it's the, yeah. All right.
My master has no tail.
Yeah. Akiba Maid War.
Loved it.
I loved it.
Loved it.
I know that what's it called? I know that like the ending was talked about in the Discord. I didn't read it, like read all the conversation because I hadn't caught up to the end yet, but I thought the ending like fit. You dropped Akiba Maid War?
Oh no, I think it's the lag. I think he's behind. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that was for the last one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
I was gonna say Pete was definitely not dropping Akiba.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
we talked about it every week.
Yeah, I was like, he definitely was the one who I didn't read the spoiler tag for about the ending. But yeah, Akiba, it was a banger. The ending, I was like, AK and I were like, oh fuck, and then you actually saw the ending and you're like, oh okay, it makes sense. Like this show is just, again, I think when we did the preview, we were like, we don't know what to expect because one has them like handing out flyers and like being all cute, and the other one has them holding guns, and that's exactly what the show is. They're cute with guns.
It's The Godfather meets Kill Bill meets Maids and Akiba.
Yeah, and I also didn't know like the time period, so like the fact that like I thought what was going on was like in current time period, and then the fact that like at the at the end, then it was like, oh yeah, now we're like in the current time. I was like, oh fuck, all right.
Did you miss the part in the beginning that was like in 1980s Akiba?
No. So I got that, but then like in my head, because like you know how they had like the vignette like desaturated like color, I was like, all right, like whatever. And then I guess throughout the entire time I was like what, like whatever, like I don't know, like I think just because like they presented the 80s like as like the vignette desaturation like animation, I just solely like associated that with like old times, and then full color with like current modern time.
Yeah,
but yeah,
no,
banger.
absolute banger. I think I gave it a 9. I loved this show from start to finish.
I also gave it a 9. Also, another sleeper that was on High Dive.
High Dive got the bangers now.
Yeah. Eminence and Shadow. I mean, I'm just saying.
Kumar, you would like it solely because of the action scenes that happen in this show.
Like they have there's like a MMA boxing match that goes on, and the choreography is so crisp, like it's nice. Yeah. Just watch it. It's like
he's thinking about it.
It's like 12 episodes.
Yeah, just
I watched the first episode. I haven't just.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just dive into the first couple, then you'll be hooked.
I think the only episode that I wasn't like, oh, this is what I was expecting for this week was like the one with the blonde chick, where like they were going through like training, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then it ends
I like the baseball one too. The baseball one was fire.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just go watch Akiba Maid War. This one I didn't watch. But
the romantic killer.
Yeah, me and Pari watched the first episode. We haven't.
I thought it was.
Yeah, she wasn't a fan.
It gets so good. This show was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Was there like controversy over this?
No. So the controversy was that Viz was like heavily pushing this show and being like, oh, check out this new shoujo romantic killer. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's a shoujo technically. I think it's a shonen. But yeah, I love this show.
Pete says he dropped
really enjoyed this show.
Pete, why did you drop it without like fully spoiling it?
While Pete types. Yeah. I love the main girl. I do feel there's like two main characters that kind of maybe carry the show a little bit.
Yeah.
But the main girl, she was fantastic. Like absolutely hilarious. I tried reading the manga before it came out.
Is that why? Like what is the killer?
No. I can't.
I think the title is just the fact that she's trying to kill romance. She doesn't care for romance.
Okay.
That's part of it. Yes.
Okay. My interest is piqued.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
All right.
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
With Chili, he says,
This is all right.
No, but it makes the later interactions were worth the slow build up in the beginning, so it's worth the watch.
All right. Well, while we wait for Pete,
we only watched the first episode. How can you even give it a chance?
this might actually be my lowest rated anime that I've completed on my anime list.
You finished it?
It's 4 episodes.
It's only 4 episodes.
It's 4 episodes,
gosh.
and it's 4 episodes, and they aired it on Toonami one day as like a marathon. And I was playing Call of Duty with Daddy, so I just I had it on my TV, and I was like, like I'll leave it. Like I'm not paying attention, but like I'm playing COD and stuff. Oh, from what you watched, it was really formulaic, and the punchline was always the same. Oh, okay. Housing Complex C. Basically, they're kind of living in like the projects of like a housing complex. There's like a racist grandma. There's this 2 kids. The one girl on the right, she just moves in. Turns out at the very end, her family is a bunch of killers, and they moved into this housing complex to go murder all these people for the name, like, for the sake of Cthulhu, in hopes of trying to blame it on the Middle Eastern people that just moved into the housing complex because they're also racist, I guess.
That's crazy.
And then it turns out that the main girl on the left, she is actually Cthulhu, or she's like like an emissary of Cthulhu. Yeah, she's like an emissary of Cthulhu, and it's just like, you fucking ruined my plans. I was gathering so many people here, and you tried to kill them for me, and then ends up she like blows up the complex, and like turns it into like, I don't know, like woods and stuff like that. It was so stupid. It's 4 episodes. It was HBO's first ever like anime, HBO Max's first anime, like unless you count Young Justice, but like
couldn't have put the budget in Young Justice.
they bothered with this show. That's crazy.
It was so dog shit, and like the worst part of it was like after that marathon premiered on Toonami, they had the Promised Neverland season 2 after it. So I remember like sending I think I sent a Snapchat to you guys or something, and it was like late at night. It was like 1 in the morning. I was like, so you're telling me you had 4 episodes of dog shit to follow it up with 5 more episodes of dog shit? So like I would never recommend this. I think I rated it like a 1. If I can rate it less than a 1, I would. It was so bad. Like they like glanced over like things that would raise red flags. Like, oh, there's like a stuffed dog in this like back cellar room next to a tunnel that we needed to get like an ice cream machine from.
Dog?
Yeah, like a dead dog that was like stuffed. And I was just like, how are you just gonna like glance over that as like a kid and not be scared? You're just like, like whatever, it's just like a dog. Like, so yeah, it's bad. I would never recommend this to anybody.
All right.
This one also a dog shit anime. I thought this was gonna be I thought this was gonna be funny. It was episodes were like 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
I got through like 2 episodes and then I turned it on 2 times speed, and that still was even too long for me to like watch this.
But once you get it, the gimmick's over.
I mean, it also helps that the dude changes the object he becomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not only just a microphone. He becomes
Michael, what's up?
Yeah. He becomes other inanimate objects.
Yeah, he becomes like a bike seat.
Yeah, bike seat. That was the second episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the scenarios, like as themselves, are funny. Like if you can like put yourself in that scenario, you'd be like, oh, that's like a pretty funny one. But then like it just gets like boring, because then it's like the same thoughts over and over again. There's like a weird.
They're the same jokes within the 3 minutes of every episode, just as the dude has a different inanimate object.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then there was like this like weird. there was like a low key like Yuri romance.
Yeah.
Between the
only 2 episodes, but it's not worth your time. Even if they are 3-minute episodes, they're not worth your time.
Yeah, literally, like I put it at 2 times speed and finished this, like left it on in the background to see if like anything would pique my interest, and nothing. So a minute and a half per episode. Terrible. And I was not. So this gives us I swim in, yeah. But yeah, it wasn't even like, it's not worth it. Funny situations, but like execution gets boring.
Yeah, it got old real quick.
This one I was going to watch this, and then I simply did not.
I don't think any of us.
Basically old dudes that want to become idols, and I was just like, I just don't have time for it.
Yep.
We still.
Oh, I watched this one.
I
I
did
did
not
watch
watch
this
this
one.
I read it all. Eventually, the plot kind of goes somewhere.
The anime was the anime was a little weird too, because it was like, so the whole thing is this dude, he's like a bigger guy. He got bullied a lot in school for being a bigger guy. Like people called him pig, picked on him, all this stuff. He like wakes up one day and he's in this pretty boy body, like looks like a K-pop superstar basically. So he goes into school and like he's like, oh my god, everyone's treating me so differently. But the issue is it's not like he just like switches bodies and like the other body isn't around anymore. The other body is just sleeping. So whenever one body sleeps, the other one wakes up. So it does have an interesting thing with that. So it's like, oh, he has to deal with the other body, like so no one comes to his place. So nobody like comes to his place and see like this big dude just sleeping, or see this pop star sleeping when he's out and about. So the whole thing is like him basically seeing how people treat him when he's in one body as opposed to how they treat him in the other body. But he ends up making friends in the other body because he builds confidence in the one body. So I thought it would get to a point where like people would end up realizing the other body, like his normal body, was still
there's like
him.
100 chapters and it's not
But
gotten there yet.
it just like never gets there. He just like lives life in this pretty boy body. He's a really good singer, like everyone falls for him.
Interesting dynamics though, like he uses the bigger body, the original body, like he's like, oh, maybe I'll use it to like earn money and study, so he works at like a little convenience store. But then he realizes in like his handsome pretty boy body, if he models for like an hour, he gets way more money than the other body that spends the whole night at the convenience store. So but his other body, I think what I like is that he's like, you know what, I can put effort into this one too, and he starts working out and training in that body too. So he's developing it, and there's a really fun cast of characters, but I kind of fell off of it because there were some weird plot points, and that never got around to like some of the original plots that they built.
Does it ever not to, well, it's not, I guess it's not really a spoiler, but does it ever get to the story of the girl? Because the anime,
I mean, I haven't checked back into it for a couple months, but that was what I was really interested in. I guess that's not.
That's how the anime ends.
But we might as well just say it. Like, there's a woman who has the same ability as him, and their characters cross paths. They don't know this about each other. It's funny because his bigger version likes her bigger version, and then her pretty version is like super nice to his. So I thought the dynamic was so interesting, and then they kind of went off and they changed a lot of the plot, and then
doesn't it turn into just like a fight club thing?
Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, he's like super strong. He gets into fights, like he fights people. Like it was weird. Like I enjoyed it, but like it was the plot with the girl. It just showed you that it hinted at the fact that she had this ability, but it never went anywhere. Like it was in the last episode, and I was like, that, like, show me that. I want to know more about that, but they never got into it.
I don't know if there's a plot line that I'm just gonna spoil for you guys. But there was like a stalker, and she like liked the handsome guy so much, and hid in their house and like almost discovered the secret, and it had like a creepy essence, and it was like scary because you didn't know who was in the dark and who was following all of his moves. But I'm like, this isn't what I signed up for though. Like why
Yeah, it was interesting. I think it's worth checking out. Like I think you'll see in the first like maybe
really good
couple episodes if you'll enjoy it. But
so Chili, how many episodes of season 1, and do you think they're gonna pick it up for season 2?
It was only 8 episodes.
It was 8 episodes?
It was 8 episodes, yeah. I watched it on the plane to Qatar.
So do you have a strong feeling that they're gonna continue the anime?
Bless you, Pari. I just feel like where it left off, it doesn't make sense not to continue it.
Right.
Like it would just be like a really weird point.
But to your feeling now, do you think it's worth people who haven't watched it to even start?
I think it's worth checking out just
Okay.
because I think it does have some elements there that are worth it, but it's just interesting. Like, it's really, I don't know how to describe it other than like it's really interesting because it does get into the dynamics of like when he's in the pretty boy body and he goes to school, he ends up eating lunch. He ends up eating lunch with like the other nerdy kids, and there's one of the nerdy kids is like, "Yo, why do you keep treating me like? Why are you being nice to me? Like, I don't deserve people to be nice to me." And he's like, "No, like, you're a person. Like, you deserve. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So there are some like interesting dynamics and relationships that he forms with people, but yeah, it's hard to describe. Like, you just have to check it out, I think.
Because the concept's good. They just take it like everywhere, and I think that's why I struggle.
I guess I'm definitely curious, even more curious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like Kay said, the bullying parts do get pretty deep in some moments. Like, if you have any sort of triggers for that, anybody watching, like if that's triggering for you, then maybe avoid those parts or skip them, or I don't know if you do want to watch it. Otherwise, if that's very triggering for you, I would say avoid it because it does get pretty deep with that early on. But it does calm down a little bit as the show goes on.
I've heard bullying in Asia is like something else.
Like really, really bad, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, every single show that I've ever watched in terms of like anime or drama is like, whenever somebody's getting bullied, like they're getting fucking bullied.
Yeah, it's like next level.
Like, it's like, oh, we're not giving you like a wedgie and like calling you a name. It's like, oh, we're taking you out back and like beating your ass and like like fucking you up. Like 13 Reasons Why, like bullying, like that shit is like crazy. But yeah, so all right, we have one last one, and
I think the verdict is just watch 1997 Berserk or the Netflix movies. But
yeah, I haven't watched it.
I dropped this.
Yeah, sorry, Pete.
I think Pete did the same thing. I think Pete said he wasn't a fan of the few inserts that they added, which wasn't that much to the already phenomenal Netflix movies and the 19. And Pete also says that he'd rather just people watch the 1997 anime anyways. So
can't you just like find it on YouTube right now?
I think so. Yeah,
I think
the
so.
1997 anime is probably like I think I heard that too. It's fully out on YouTube.
I'm gonna watch that and then read the rest of it eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, go watch Berserk.
Eventually, when
read it.
When
Read
I can
Berserk.
find the volumes on sale or something like that. Even though I think they were on sale like a couple weeks ago.
The Barnes and Noble hardcover sale that I missed.
Yeah, 50% off hardcovers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that's all we got though.
Yeah, that is all.
That was the fall season. So hopefully you guys got some shows to add to your list, or if you had some that were on your watch list that we kind of talked shit about, you should probably drop them. But yeah, that's all we got.
Maybe next week or the week after, I guess depending on our schedules and stuff, we can talk about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards because they just came out and I saw a couple of movies that
the Crunchyroll Popularity Contest 2022.
Yeah, I saw a couple of movies that were nominated for Best Film that I think don't deserve to be on there, like Dragon Ball Z. And even to a lesser extent, One Piece. I get that it needs to be on there, but I don't think it held the standard.
You think the One Piece fans will override the meaning? But that's like
that's what the Crunchyroll Awards are basically. It's the NBA All-Star fan voting where you have like fucking, I don't know. Sorry, Al Horford, but you have Al Horford.
I did my citizen duty when I voted. So.
Cyberpunk everything from Pari. There was
some that I was like, actually no, yeah, this one, but most of it was Cyber.
I need to go through it. I need to see.
Yeah, aside from that, I think a fun stream because I'm looking at the slides. Like, if you guys want to do a tier list on the Chainsaw Man ending songs, I think that'd be like something fun to do.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's a good idea.
I would need to listen to all of them again, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the Crunchyroll Awards is probably what's on everyone's radar right now. Now that voting is open to the public. So but thank you guys for tuning in to the fall 2022 anime review. Let us know what you guys are actually watching for the third winter season, because
the slime movie is out in theaters tomorrow.
No, I thought that was coming out
today.
What?
It came out today.
Oh shit!
In some
No, it came out
places.
next week.
No, it came out today in some places. SAO comes out February 3rd.
Ooh.
I believe.
Wait, do we already have tickets to that or no?
Nah, I'm gonna buy some though.
All right. I mean, if you
So
try
I
to go
got
see
you.
Slime, we can go see Slime. I'm just saying, I'm around this weekend, unless I go to Ohio for work. But yeah.
Guess
I'm
I gotta
in
watch the slime movie by
New
myself.
York this weekend, actually.
Fuck. All right. Well, maybe I'll go see it by myself then.
All
But
right,
yeah.
but that's all we got.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to, I guess, I don't know, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. I don't know how this shit works.
Wow.
Do your
This guy's a
civic duty
YouTuber.
and vote for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, vote for Pari's only 10 out of 10 ever.
I love the Pari has a favorite anime slash has her first 10 out of 10 anime arc.
That came out in the year of 2022, and she's been watching anime since I don't know 2000. That's crazy.
And the opening is by Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, banger.
Yeah, but thanks everybody. I guess until next time, class is dismissed.
Catch you guys in the Discord.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace everybody.